Bridging the gap, technical and vocational education and training as mainstream education to meet the socio-economic demands for Africa. This presentation will be made by Hajiya S. Ahmed. She is the Director, Liaison Office, representing Professor Idris Muhammad Bugaje, Executive Secretary, National Board of Technical Education. Please, let's appreciate her. She's already here. Before I finish my introduction, we can do better than that. I'm not handing the mic to her until I can feel the roof shaking. Thank you for coming back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ahmed, representing the ES and BTE, Professor Bugaje. So he is unavoidably absent due to some prior engagements. So I'm here to present his paper as it is. So I want, on behalf of the ES, to appreciate the organizers of this summit, more especially Engineer Tongo. This summit is very apt and is very timely. Thank you very much. So I'll read Professor Bugaje's paper. So I'm delighted to be invited to the 2022 Global Tongston Entrepreneurial Education Summit and to speak on the topic Bridging the Gap, TVET and mainstream education to meet socio-economic demands for Africa. So Africa constitutes about 1.4 billion people, or 16.72% of global population, according to United Nations. While Nigeria's population is estimated to be over 200 million, or 14% of African population, with about 70% under the age of 30. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria has about 33.3 unemployed rate and 42.5 youth unemployment. Globally, TVET has been recognized as the prime driver of national development, becoming the one top agenda of governments around the world. Newly industrialized countries, NICS, such as Taiwan, South Korea, China, Malaysia, Singapore, India, and Brazil, among others, attributed their economic growth and national development to TVET. Many developing countries, including Nigeria, are experiencing socio-economic challenges such as unemployment, poverty, cybercrime, banditry, kidnapping, militancy, insurgency, armed robbery, etc. One of the sustainable solutions to address these challenges is to implement a well-articulated and practicable skills development program. There is no doubt that TVET is the route to skills development, as it provides a veritable tool to employment and ensures that citizens are continuously reskills and upskills since it provides employment. Between 1960 to date, Nigeria's TVET system has undergone 6 major reforms. These are the TVET reform of 1977, 1985, 1993, 2000, 2007, and 2010. However, there have been challenges in the implementation of these reforms. Some of these challenges include: 1. Inadequate funding, which is one of the leading challenges of all implementing TVET reforms in Nigeria. Faulty policy and institutional framework, which is a critical challenge to the planning and implementation of any policy. Weak TVET quality assurance scheme, which is absent in most of the Nigerian TVET institutions, with few institutions that have it are not effective and they ought to be, as they ought to be. Lack of sufficiency trained manpower, which is a big challenge for implementing the TVET reforms in Nigeria. Inadequate or indeplorable infrastructure, facilities and utility service, as it is very difficult in Nigeria to have classrooms where all lectures are delivered through PowerPoint presentation. Even when the resources are there, the power supply is not stable and cost of running generators are being unbearable. Inadequate private sector support and involvement of industry, because TVET must be industry driven, and most of the industries and SMEs in Nigeria are owned and managed by the private sector. But the industrial sector in Nigeria is not growing compared to the rate of our population growth, making the industrial sector appearing to be weak. Although in our current democratic dispensation, new industries and enterprises have been established through direct foreign investment and entrepreneurial activities of Nigeria, but they are not enough to meet the local demands of goods and services and employ the Nigerian TVET graduates who are jobless. Apathy towards TVET, which is mostly due to the orientation from the colonial era, that those with technical background are considered as second class or inferior to those that are with conventional education. Also, where their progression within the services is terminal, at some point discouraging most parents and candidates from pursuing TVET qualification. There is also a belief that TVET is meant for dropouts or serve as an option for those who are unable to gain admission to study engineering, medicine, pharmacy, law, etc. in the university. So we at NBT now, our slogan now is skills without degrees. So presently, generally parents prefer degree to skills for their children. That psyche has to be changed. So the white collar job now the blue white collar dichotomy is over now. What we have now is the new collar job. Typically, a closer look at this, the Sokoto born Zerani Ali did not acquire a degree before he left the shores of Nigeria for US. He only had a HND from Waziri Umaru Federal Polytechnic, Birnin Kebbi. And in the US, no one asks for his degree. They vetted his ability to design motor cars, and he did the Chevrolet superbly well. In other words, only his skills mattered, not his paper qualification. So the current reform of 2010 is the TVET sector in Nigeria is the institutionalization of a system that promotes lifelong learning and international recognition for skill possessed by Nigerians, whether through formal or informal training. This system is referred to as Nigerian Skills Qualification Framework, which is the NSQF. This is a system for development, classification, recognition of skills, knowledge, understanding, and competencies acquired by individual, irrespective of where and how the training or skills were acquired. It allows TVET and academic qualifications to be harmonized in line with industry requirements, unified and streamlined. NSQF provides access to vocational education and training opportunities. It improves career mobility and makes career progression routes easier and clearer in a rapidly changing world of work. With NSQS qualification awarded by the awarding bodies are relevant to the perceived social and economic needs of the industry. It increases the influence of stakeholders in the development of qualification so that it is more responsive to the need of the labor market. NSQS is meant to narrow the gaps between what TVET graduates know and can do and the skills and knowledge that employers say they need. Those NSQS is to ensure that demand for skilled employers in Nigeria is met by TVET supply. The advantage of here is the regulation, trainers, and awarding bodies are all different stakeholders, unlike the trade test. To further strengthen skill development, the NBT developed a concept note on Nigeria Youth Skill Empowerment, NYSE, which will facilitate effective technology transfer from Europe to Nigeria. The aim of the NYSE program is to produce young people with requisite vocational and technical skills in industrial production and other market-relevant competencies that will be compatible with the national and international economies. The project will provide an opportunity to other model answers to contemporary political, social, and economic issues that will benefit both developed and developing nations. Sub-Saharan Africa will learn as a best practice the production of enlightened and skilled young people that can fit into and become compatible with the global economy. The NSQF is thus the solution to the socio-economic demand for the African and will help bridge the gap between TVET and mainstream education. This is ready to practice in some African countries. This is already practiced in some African countries, such as Morocco, and it is well coordinated, will make African an exporter of labor to the world, which will in turn help in the reduction of poverty and crime, which is well spread across the continent. Wishing the summit fulfill the regulation, and MBT awaits the outcome of this interface between stakeholders to provide input for the new forward to TVET education. Thank you.